It's time for another War in Christmas Village. See you in the workshop. Hey guys, welcome to the paint shop or the workshop or the painting, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. We'll call it the workshop. What do you think? Just for today? And most of the other videos that we've been doing. So today we're going to do the War in Christmas Village Part 2. But this time it's actually going to be stuff for your Christmas display. We're going to have a fantastic Christmas tree, and we're going to have some elves, and it can go into your it can go back into your Christmas display with the Mrs. Claus that we did previously. So you just put it all together. You can have the elves, you can have Mrs. Claus, you can have Santa Claus, Krampus from the set that we did last year. You can just put it all together. So just to show you some of the stuff that we're going to be doing in these couple of segments of videos is, we're going to have. It's going to be hard to see him right off the bat because he's kind of primed white, but it's an elf with a candy cane that he's holding like a club. So we have one of those guys. Backing up Mrs. Claus, we have an there we go. We have an elf with a crossbow because Mrs. Claus can't take down all the zombies by herself. I mean, she probably could, but what's wrong with a little backup? And then we have the third elf who's got like a big old hammer. Wham. Like that. Sure, he'll splatter a couple things or two. And then, of course, we have the granddaddy of the miniature that's in this set here. We have the Christmas tree. Only he's not quite so... I don't know. I've never seen a Christmas tree with arms and legs before, but he's what we're going to start with today. We're gonna have some fun, and I've primed all of these guys white, not because I want to just but because I want to do these things fairly quickly for us, and I want to start getting into my contrast paints. So I have all of these colors of contrast paints, and I want to start using them. And in order to do that, the best way to do it is to undercoat with a white or slightly off-white primer base. So the color that I've used here is called Wraithbone, and it's it's almost a white color. As you can see, that's why they're fairly hard to pick out against the white background. Rawr. But he actually shows up pretty good. Yeah. So I'm going to start with him, and then the elf should actually paint up pretty quickly. So this, of course, again is from Jackalope Enterprises. Bring you right over here. It's War in Christmas Village. Take the shine off the top there. And of course, these guys can be used for just about whatever you want to use them for. You can use them for role-playing games, or you can use them and hide them in your family's Christmas displays. You can do whatever you want with them. That's fine. You can just paint them up and put them on display because I think it'd be kind of cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here. And we're going to start with possibly the biggest... Where did I put it? There it is. I'm going to start with one of the biggest spots on the tree, which of course is the bark. And And I do love this stuff because, you know, they say it's one thick coat. So let's see if we can find an appropriate brush to put this stuff on. Ah, there we go. Well, I could use a thicker brush, but I'll be happy with what I got. So the color that I'm using is called Wildwood, and well, it's a nice brown color. It's a nice dark color. And now it's time to paint some wood. And honestly, I just already looking at the color that he is. I'm already liking what I see. You know, and anybody out there who plays Warhammer Age of Sigmar, this Wildwood color is actually really decent if you're playing Sylvaneth, if you're playing the tree folk. This is a good bark color. Yeah, actually I really like how this is going on and going together. And I know that I'm starting with a darker color, and I think I've mentioned before that if you're going to paint with contrasts, paint light first and then move into your darker colors. But because the wood color is so because there's so much wood coloring on him, and a lot of it's not near the foliage, near the greenery, I figured I could start here and not make too much of a mess that I'll have to go back and clean up. And even if I did, so what? Let's go back, clean it up. You know, like I might have to clean up the his mustache and beard a little bit, but looking pretty good. And the one thing that I do love about these contrast paints is it kind of shades and highlights for me, so it's taking a lot of the work out, but it's still making it look really decent, really good. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying these new contrast paints. Just how fast they make they put everything together for you. Now, the one thing that you do have to worry not really worry, but understand about the contrast paints is that because they're so thin, they're, you know, more of an ink or a shade than they are a paint. It will take a little bit longer for whatever you're painting to dry, and that's okay. Because maybe while you're waiting for this part to dry, if you've got the room, you can go on and do another part of the miniature. Like this dude is painting up fast, or at least the wood part. Where it's going to take a little bit of time is when we start doing all the little Christmas baubles and decorations that are all over him, because you know he is a Christmas tree. And even though Halloween is barely past, it's time for us to look ahead to the next holiday. Oh, and to everybody out there who's down in America, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I know that the past Thursday here was your Thanksgiving, so I hope Turkey Day was good for you. Of course, me being Canadian, my Thanksgiving was a lot earlier than yours. And then I hope everybody who decided to brave the stores on Black Friday the fall got something cool and got a neat deal on whatever. There we go. Now, you know, like most of the miniatures from Jackalope's Enterprises, these are single piece miniatures, or at least they're single pieces as in they've already been assembled for you. You don't have to put anything together. And they're quite nicely detailed. They're quite highly detailed. I mean, you do have to clean them up a little bit. Not much. There's a little bit of flash. But again, not much. These are pretty decent. I really do enjoy getting right in there and starting to paint these guys. So as you can see, there we go. The wood or the bark portion of our Christmas tree is, for the most part, done. I mean, we can go back and we can give it a little bit of highlight with a lighter brown, but in order to do so, we're going to wait for the paint, for the contrast to dry. And now we are going to find a green, some kind of green. Anyway, I don't think purple counts as a green. Let's see what I got here. I don't have that many greens, so we'll just see what we got. and we'll go from there. I think we'll go with, let's see if we, see if it'll focus in here for me. It's called Creed Camo. Yeah, there we go. Creed Camo. Oh, actually, well, I still have a little bit of that wildwood left. For one of the other ones, I haven't gotten around to, unfortunately, doing the snowman. But now I have really no excuse because I got my browns out, I got my greens out. Everything will be good. Yeah. My wildwood is more or less dried up, so I'm just going to pull some from the pot here. And just going to do it all at once. It'll be good. So, I mean, we're going back to an old project, one that I unfortunately didn't get to finish. But that's okay. Because the colors that we're using right now are the perfect colors for him. There we go. So the wood arms for him are done. And we'll put him aside. That's what I like to see. Projects, old projects and new projects that are sharing the same palette, I can go back and do. No, I don't want that one. Oh, here we go. I found the brush I need. Yeah, this will be good. And the green will be just right too. Okay. So now we're just gonna paint straight over everything here. We're gonna, you know, he's got candy canes and baubles and all kinds of stuff, but we're just gonna paint straight into it, and we'll pick out the other stuff. We'll pick out, you know, the Christmas decorations and everything later. We'll go back, and right now it's literally just getting the colors, getting the main colors down. Yeah. I think he's looking really good. He's looking pretty good, actually. The greens are quite nice. Has a decent kind of evergreen feel to it. You know, like I said, we're not worrying about a lot of the detail right now. We're not worrying about the little baubles and candy canes and all that good stuff. We're just trying to get the green in. Oh, there we go. So we have a Christmas tree. You know, since I actually like this particular green, so much, I might actually use this on the elves too for their tunics, because apparently their tunics are green as well. So same color, but it will have a completely different look when it's on the elves. And of course, if I want to darken things up, I just go back over it again and darken things up. Which, you know, I really like, because it actually allows me to get my depth. Well, not really my depth, but, you know, it allows it to show you the depth of this stuff. It, you know, it goes into the recesses like it's supposed to, and it's supposed to stay, you know, it shies away from the top edges like it's supposed to, so it gives me my shades and my highlights all in one go. Like, so if we want to get something painted fast, boom, this is the way to do it. Contrast paints are your friend. There we go. You just work it around, work it into the spots where you want a little bit more. Maybe take some away from more spots where you don't want. I thought what might be kind of fun is if we actually, you know, say brightened up his. We used something different for his beard. Oh, actually, we use a slightly smaller brush and using the same. Oh man, there we go. Using the same green, because again, I like that green. We're going to do the snowman. This is a good color. There we go. So, like I said, we're kind of killing two birds with one stone here. We're going back to a project that wasn't fully 100% finished, but we're getting back there, and we are making quick progress on our Christmas tree feller right there. It's coming along pretty quick, pretty fast, which is good because there's a lot of little, you know, things that are hanging off his branches that we'll have to take some time to color in. Yeah. So if we take a look at our box artwork here, and I'm going to try and do these guys close to what they are. It looks like the trees and the elves are pretty. The tree and the elves are pretty close to the same color. Oops, there we go. I'll try and get some of that glare out of there. Yeah, so we're just gonna work on it, and we're gonna see how it goes. So our time for today is up anyway, but we can keep going when we're not here. Oh, I do have another green. Well, that changes a few things. But we'll see. So in the meantime, anyway, paint safe, and we'll see you in the workshop.